When we press the play button, this is what we have, a nice character, and anywhere I click, he's going to go to that spot. And if I click on the enemy who is over here chilling and doing nothing, let's surprise him. Wata! There you go, I just, attacked the enemy. And anytime I click on the enemy, if we are close to him, we will attack him. If we are away, click on him. There you go. So you can use this effect in your strategy games, in your adventure games, whatever you want to do it. I'm just going to point one thing out. This is not for complete beginners. You need to have some pre-knowledge of Unreal Engine, basic games that you created, whatever, but if you're a complete beginner, do not start with this tutorial. Anyways, you will also be able to download the complete project, the finished one, and the starter project. Link is down below. Check out the Academy, like, subscribe, and all that stuff, and I will leave you with the tutorial right now. Alrighty then, my game dev gangster. In order to follow this tutorial, make sure that you download the starter project, and link to the starter project is down below this video, and this is what we will have. So I'm going to use this as our level. I'm simply going to take the floor, and over here for the scale, I'm going to set that to 100, 100, and 100. And you can also click on the lock icon and then make sure that all three axes for the scale are 100. There you go. That's all there is to it. Now over here, I'm going to save the map, but before that, I'm going to create a new folder for maps. And from there, I'm going to go into the maps and say here, gameplay, and there you go. So the first thing that we are going to do is create a blueprint. So for that, I'm also going to create a blueprints folder, and inside, right click, go here, blueprint class, inherit from the character. So make sure it inherits from the character, and this is going to be our BP player. And for the player, double click that bad boy, open it over here. So what I'm going to do is for the mesh is set our CH45 non-PBR whatever. So this is the character that is going to be used for our mesh. I am also going to set him a little bit down, so minus 90 on the z-axis, and rotate him 90 degrees on the z-axis. There you go. The animations are already prepared, so I'm going to go here and select the ABP or ABP player C, which is this one over here. You can open it, you can take a look at what it does. Basic stuff that we already do in our more complex tutorials, so there is no need for us to go through this and, see how we're going to do it and yada, yada, yada. You get the point. Next, I'm going to go here under add component and search for a spring, not a sprint. So spring arm, and select the spring arm, and now search for the camera, and there you go. But I'm going to select the spring arm, and I'm going to rotate it on the y-axis minus 40 degrees and 45 degrees on the z-axis, so that the camera looks like this on the player, and set the target arm length to 1000. There you go. I'm also going to turn off do collision test because, there is no need for that. And over here, I'm going to uncheck inherit pitch yaw and all of that stuff, because this is a top-down-ish game. And this is what we need for it. So I'm also going to go here, select the BP player, and filter for sphere collision. And this one is going to be our attack range. And for the attack range, I'm going to set the sphere radius to 100, which is going to detect when the player is near the enemy, and we will be able to attack the enemy. Speaking of the enemy, I'm going to go here in the gameplay and blueprints and right click, and let's go here, blueprint class, also inherit from the character BP enemy. And for the enemy, we're going to repeat the same process. So we have the player. The enemy is not going to move or anything. We're simply going to select the mesh, set the location to minus 90 and rotation to minus 90. And from here, ABP player, make sure that you compile and save that, and that will be pretty much it. I'm also going to go here now and select the enemy and simply add him here in the level, so that we can, when we play the game, and for that we will need our game mode. So blueprint class, and here under all classes, game mode, and I'm going to select the game mode. This one's going to be BP, point, and click underscore game mode, so that we can go here in the project settings and modes, and from here select the game mode that we have just created, so that we can select our BP player as the main player, which means when we go here and hit the play button, this is what we have. Now I'm also going to quickly go here, and so it's under window and developer options, or developer tools, excuse me, and then widget reflector, and from here I am going to set the size of the widgets, or basically resize the editor, so that we can see a little bit better. Okay, so what is the next step to do? Well, first we are going to go inside of our BP player, and let me just get my zoom tool, which is this one over here, and I'm going to say okay, which allows me to draw and all of that stuff, because I will need to draw to you. We don't need the construction, we need the event graph. And what's gonna happen inside the event graph? First, we are going to create a few functions, and these functions are going to get us the destination where we are going to move, and we are also going to move to the clicked destination, basically. So first things first, let's go over here under functions. So it's right here, and click on the plus button, and I'm going to call this function get destination, so destination to move. And in order to get that destination, we need to right click here, get player controller, so player controller. And from the player controller, I am going to get hit result under cursor by channel. There you go. And this is essentially what we need. And this is going to return. So we are going to click here on the destination, and the output, we are going to return a destination. So I'm going to call it destination, and the destination is going to be type of vector. So I'm going to move that over here, and for the hit result, right click on it and split the struct bin, because from it we are going to get the hit result location. And there you go. So compile and save that. So this is what we essentially need, and this is going to give us, when we click somewhere in the level, it is going to give us that location of that click. Simple as that. Now, in order for us to move to that destination, we need to go here and create another function, and I'm going to call it move to click point, and I'm going to capitalize T over here as well, just for the sake of the example. So when we call move to click point, first we are going to call our get destination to move, which is going to give us the destination to move, and this is the value. But over here, I'm also going to create a local variable for this function. So click here, local variable, and this local variable is going to be our move destination. And type of that is going to be vector, as you can assume, because we need it to determine where is the destination to move. So from there, I am going to set the move destination, plug this into here, and there you go. So the next thing that we need to do is go in a branch. And the condition for this branch, so I'm going to move it over here. The condition is going to be move destination, and from here, get actor location. I'm going to subtract from it, so minus vector. So subtract from the move destination the current location of the actor, which is the location of our player, and get the length. So I'm going to say length and vector length that is. So get the vector length if that value is greater. So if the value is greater than 150, and plug that in over here. If that is the case, I'm going to go here, get the character movement, like that. And I'm going to set the max walk speed. So if it's true, plug that in over here. Then I'm going to set the value of the speed to 600. Otherwise, I'm also going to do here the set max walk speed, but I'm going to set that value to 150. So if the value of the length, basically how close are we to the destination? So if that value is less than 150 units, set the speed of the character movement to 150. Otherwise, set it to 600. And of course, at the end, we do need to get the player controller. So get player controller, like that. And from the player controller, I'm going to simple move to location. And from both of these, so we're going to do it here and here, so from both of these. And I am going to get the move destination, which is going to be the goal location where we are going to go. Essentially, just testing over here the distance between the target location or the move destination where we are going to and the current location of our player and the length of it, and you get the point. If something is not clear, make sure that you ask, but everything should be clear over here, especially because, as I already said, this is not a beginner tutorial, okay? This is not a beginner tutorial. So what is the next step? First things first, let's go over here in the event graph, and we need the begin play. And from the begin play, I'm going to get the player controller. So get player controller. There you go. And from the player controller, I'm going to set show mouse cursor, which is going to show the mouse cursor the whole time in the game because we need it. We are clicking with the mouse cursor, so otherwise it will not work. Next, over here from the event tick, so tick, we are going to go inside of a gate. So gate, and the gate works the following. We enter the gate. In order to proceed and do everything what's here from the gate, we need to first open the gate, and of course when we are finished, we need to close the gate. So when we enter the gate, we're going to check this checkbox start close. Nothing is going to happen. Essentially, after we exit from here, we are simply going to say move to clicked point. This is what's gonna happen. But even now, if I hit the play button, nothing is going to, you see, nothing is happening here. And the reason for that is because we need to open the gate in order for us to execute this. And also we need to close the gate. What is that trigger that will open the gate? Well, over here, I'm going to get the left mouse button. There you go. So when we press the left mouse button, we will open the gate. And when we release it, we will close the gate. It's really important that you release the gate, actually to close the gate after you are done with it. Otherwise, well, we will have problems, we will have issues and all of that stuff. You don't want to go into it, okay? Simple as that. But you need to close the gate, otherwise this will run forever. And if I go now and test it out, if I click somewhere, nothing is happening. What is the problem? I'm giving you 30 minutes to solve that, and you're going to watch this static image right now for 30 minutes, just kidding. But yeah, you can pause the video and try to solve that. But essentially what we need to do is we need to go here inside of our actors nav mesh, and we need to place the nav mesh bounce inside of the game. And what I'm going to do here, set the location X to 80. So over here, 80 units, 40 on the Y and 50 on the Z. But I'm also going to scale the nav mesh to 50 on the X and 50 on the Y. Z I'm not going to touch, and that will be pretty much it. You can see here when I go above, it's not covering the whole level, it's covering all of this here, but of course for the whole level, you will set that for your own needs. Now, if I were to go now and hit the play button, look at that. It is working, but we have, weird things happening. Look at that over here. You see the player is moving backwards now. Hopefully you can solve that one as well. And I said hopefully because I'm sure beginners are following this, even though I said it's not for beginners. You need to have some knowledge. But yeah, anyways, I don't care. Just follow it. And let's go here. I am going to set this, use control, rotation, almost said raw. Anyways, uncheck the checkbox for this because we are not going to use the controller rotation. We are going to allow the character to rotate with its character movement, which means we need to select the character movement over here, and we need to set this orient rotation to movement. So make sure that you set the orient rotation to movement, and we can also change here the speed of the rotation. I don't know, it can be 600 or whatever. This will control how fast the character will rotate. So if I go here, hit the play button, look at that. So now he is rotating and he is going towards the destination where I am clicking. Look at that. So yeah, nice. So what is the next step? Well, the next step is to go here inside of our player BP. And we are going to create a function that's going to be called getClickedActor. So getClickedActor, let's go here, functions, getClickedActor. And the getClickedActor is going to return a node. So let's go here on the output. The returning node is going to be an actor. So type of actor, you're going to type here actor for the type, and object types actor, and then you want this one, object reference. There you go. And this one is also going to be called clicked actor. How are we going to get that clicked actor? Well, again, we need to get the get player controller. There you go. And from the player controller, we are going to get hit result under cursor. So result under cursor for objects. Voila, that would be it. And we do need to make this array. So from here, I'm going to say make array and plug that array here, which is going to give me right away which types of array we want the pawn. And from here, hit result, promote, actually split struct pin. And from the split pins over here, we want the hit result hit actor. So this is the one that we are going to return, which is going to check if we clicked on an actor. So if we clicked any actor in the game, it is going to give us that actor. So now we are going to create a function move to actor. So let's go over here in the functions and I'm going to say move to actor. And what I'm going to do with this one, this function is going to take an input, which is going to be the actor that we are going to move to. And from here, I'm simply going to call it move to actor. And I'm going to get the, so right click, get player controller. There you go. And from here, I'm going to say simple move to actor. And it is going to be called from here. And it is going to be the goal is going to be the actor that we pass. And that would be pretty much it when it comes to our movements to the actor. How can we test this out right now? Well, for that, we can go over here and instead of using this move to click point, I'm going to break the pin from here. And when we exit from the gate, I'm first going to check if we get clicked actor. So first we are going to try and get the clicked actor. And from here, I'm going to test is valid, meaning, and not this one, but is valid with a question mark, which is this function that's going to test if the clicked actor here is a valid object. If he is not a valid object, we are going to move to the click point. Otherwise, if it is valid, we can move to the actor. So from here, I can say move to actor. There you go. And we need to pass the actor we want to move towards to, and which is going to be this actor from here. We will remove this because this is just to test things out, if we can actually move to the actor to see if, this is working. So if I go here in the gameplay, hit the play button, look at that. I'm moving here, I'm moving here, moving here. If I click this actor now, there you go. I'm moving towards him and he stopped. If I go here, there you go. Again, let's move and see the actor where he is. Here he is. Click on his head and there you go. We move towards the actor. So this is working. But what we need to do now is go here and create a few variables for our BP player. So one variable is going to be called enemy in attack range, and is going to be a boolean. So let's go here, create a boolean, and another one which is going to be is attacking. There you go. So compile and save. Now we are going to do things like this. Instead here, if the clicked actor is valid, we are going to go inside of a branch. And from this branch, I'm going to check if the get enemy in attack or enemy in attack range. If that is true, we are going to attack. And in order to attack, from here, we're going to create a custom event that I'm going to call attack and not attack C, attack CK. There you go. So if the enemy is in the range, we are going to attack. There you go. Otherwise, if the enemy is not in the range, we're going to move to actor, which is going to happen here. And now we are going to get this clicked actor, pass him as a parameter, and of course, set these pins like this so that we have a better visibility of what we are doing. So compile and save that. So that part is over. We have everything what we need for that part. Essentially, again, let's go here. When we press the left mouse button, we're going to open the gate. When we release it, we're going to close it. When we open the gate, we are first going to check if we have the actor. We clicked on some actor. In this case, it's going to be our enemy. If the actor is valid, check if he is in the attack range and attack him. Because we're close to the actor, why not attack him? That's what every normal person does. When you're close to another person, you attack him. That's only me. Okay, moving forward. Otherwise, if we are not close, so the enemy is not in the attack range, then we are going to move towards the enemy. And that will be it. So over here, before we do anything with the attack, I'm going to select our attack range. And from it, so click on it, right click and add event for the attack range. We want the begin overlap. So this is the one that we want. And we also want end overlap. So over here, collision, end overlap, and there you go. So from here, we're going to cast to BP enemy to check if we're colliding with the enemy and the other actor is the one who is going to be tested. If that is the case, set is enemy. So set is enemy in attack range, enemy in attack range. There you go. So we're going to set that to true, and immediately after that, we're going to attack. Because we collided with the enemy is close to the player, that means we should attack right away, which essentially is going to do the following. So when we call this move to actor, as soon as the actor gets to the enemy, and we detect that with this on component begin overlap for the attack range, which is this sphere, as you can see. So when the enemy gets over here, we are going to attack that enemy. Next, I'm going to copy these two nodes and paste them over here. Essentially test the same thing, but this time, if we are not overlapping with the enemy anymore, we are going to set enemy in attack range to false. This is when the overlap ends for the attack range. And that will be pretty much it. So the last step over here is to create our attack. So when we call it, we're going to go inside of a branch. That branch is going to test if we're not attacking. So is attacking, using here not. Essentially, we're testing if we are not attacking. If that is true, we are going to set is attacking to true, because now we are attacking. So we are testing if we're not attacking. Okay, we're not. That is true. Okay, now we are attacking. So is attacking is true. We're going to get the character movement from here and we're going to stop the movement immediately. So the movement is going to stop because we are in the attack mode. And then we are going to call here play anim montage. And we want to play over here the attack montage. Now I'm going to show you one trick over here. After we finish playing the montage, I'm going to go here and create a delay. And that delay is going to be the value of how long this animation is. Notice over here, if I hover over, it says play animation montage on the character mesh and returns the length of the animation montage in seconds. So basically it will return how much it takes for this animation to play. And when that happens, we are going to set this is attacking now to be false so that we can attack one more time. Let's test it out and see if this works. So compile and save. And what did I do? Let's go here, compile and save. Let's go here, hit the play button. If we get to the enemy, we should be able to attack him. And notice here how the attack animation is playing slow. And notice we are close to the enemy. So the first thing we do is attack. And there you go. So this works. But what I want to do is speed up the animation. So from here, I'm going to set it to play 3 times its normal speed. So 300% faster or 3 times faster. So if I go here, hit the play button, click on the enemy, we get close, we attack, but I'm clicking on the enemy right now. Clicking, notice he's not attacking until now, but I'm still clicking. I'm clicking at this point. So what's happening here? Well, the trick here is, and this is what I want to explain, no matter that we set here that we want to play this animation 3 times faster, this value will return the length of the original animation. So if it takes, let's say 3 seconds for this animation to play, and we set here play it 3 times faster, which means this animation will play in a single second, which is 3 times faster. This value will still return number 3. So our animation has passed, as we just saw right now, but we are not able to attack since we are waiting here for the return value that we passed in the delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this from here and take this returning value and divide it by how much I passed here. So currently I passed here number 3. I'm going to also divide it by number 3 and then put this here for the duration. So it will wait for as long as the animation is playing. So if I go back here, hit the play button, and now when I attack the character, there you go. I can press again. Look at that. So every single time I press, it is attacking right away. If I go back here and then get back to the enemy and click on him, there you go. We are attacking the enemy. So this is a nice tip to know if you're using something like this. Of course, there is a better way to do it. You can have a variable here that will be the play rate, and you will plug that variable here, and you will plug that same variable here, so you don't have to go back and change the value here, because now if you set the value here to 4, then you will have to do it the same over here, which is not convenient. Instead, we will do something like this. So play rate or attack animation play rate, however you want to call it. There you go. And I'm going to set this value to 3 and then go here and plug it in. So this is a better way to do it. And from here, I can just plug it in over here as well. There you go. And there you go. So compile save. So now we don't have to change the value here and here. Instead, we simply change the value for the play rate over here. And that will be pretty much it. Now, of course, you can do whatever with this, because you can expand it for your game. You can add, I don't know, tanks over here and make them move by clicking and all of that stuff. You get the point. You can do whatever. You're free to do whatever. If you want to learn more, because I cover more advanced stuff in my Game Development Academy, make sure that you check it out, especially if you did not understand anything here. This is covered in depth in my academy. Link is down below. I'm not going to talk about it more. You can even just take a look at the comments on the sales page of the academy. Even the YouTube comments here, you will see people are learning more from my YouTube videos than on college, and what to expect then in the academy, which is a lot better than anything I have on YouTube. Enough about the promotion. That will be it. Subscribe, like, share, whatever. And yep, I will see you guys in the next video.